I don't know.
What happened, Dad? What is it?
I said I don't know.
We heard the alarm go off.
Did you hear the alarm go off, Dad?
Why, certainly I heard it go off. Now, that's why I'm down here. Can you close your bathrobe?
My God, it was really the alarm.
The fridge door's open, look.
It's open, Dad. The fridge door, look.
I can see that it's open. Now, will you please stop repeating everything I say? I'll close the doors.
Close your bathroom.
Something wrong with the telephone. By golly.
Answer the phone, Dan.
I'm going outside to look around.
Suppose someone's out there?
That's the whole point of it. Now, will you answer that? Close your bathroom.
Hello? Yes?
Who is it?
The burglar alarm company.
Dad, it's the burglar alarm company.
Yes, we just heard it.
Ben said we just heard it.
Will you close your bathrobe?
My father found the living room French door open. He's checking now.
What did they think?
What do you think?
I think someone tried to break in.
My father thinks someone tried to break in.
Found footprints out in the snow.
He even found footprints in the snow.
Oh my God, footprints in the snow?
Look at you, you're shivering. Will you close your bathrobe? You want to catch cold?
I'm not cold, I'm scared. My God, someone tried to break in.
And stop using God's name in vain.
It's not in vain, I'm really scared.
Just a minute. They want to know if they should send someone.
No, tell them everything's all right. No one got in.
How can you tell?
There's snow outside. If someone had gotten in, there'd be footprints on the rug.
There are footprints right there.
Those are mine. Wasn't I just out in the snow? Now tell them never mind. Everything's all right. I'm going outside to look around again.
Hello, never mind, please. Everything's all right. My father's going outside to look around again. Yes, we will. Thank you. Close your bathrobe.
Someone was here. I found these out in the snow.
Eyeglasses.
Look, Daddy, it's a pair of eyeglasses.
I can see that they're eyeglasses. Now, whoever lost them probably couldn't get very far without them. My golly, they're half an inch thick. I can't see 2 feet through them.
A half-blind burglar? My God, it gives me the creeps.
I'm not going to tell you about God's name or your bathrobe again. Well, whoever lost these probably broke both his legs. I didn't find any steps going down the stairs there, so he must have jumped off the balcony.
Jumped off the balcony 40 feet, he'd break both these legs.
Oh, God, a crippled blind burglar.
I think we should call the police. A crippled blind burglar shouldn't be that hard to find.
Well, first of all, he's not a burglar because he didn't steal anything. And second of all, we don't want any police running around here with your mother in the house. You know how frightened she is.
But suppose he's still out there. He could be a dangerous lunatic.
He can't see 2 feet ahead of him. Who's he gonna, he can't see 2 feet ahead of him. He's gonna have real problems. Oh, well, don't worry about it.
I'm tired.
Good. Now, why don't you take Sarah upstairs to bed then? Go on, both of you.
Yes, Daddy. Good night, Daddy.
Wait a minute. Listen. Did you just hear something? In the house.
Someone's in the
Oh,
house?
God, it's him.
Listen. Footsteps, honey.
Coming this way.
The hall. Will you guys get back against the wall? Please, hurry.
The burglar alarm's off. It's trying to reset it.
Now it's too late now.
Want me to call him? What's the number?
How do I know the number?
Want confirmation?
Would you get against the wall?
Oh, God.
Now stop it. Everybody grab something. As soon as he comes in, I'm going to hit him, all right? Now will you close your bathrobe? Now the phone rings.
What a time for the
Answer it, answer it.
Hello?
Who is it?
The woman. She's asking for Sydney.
Sydney who?
Sydney who, please? Sydney Lipton.
Tell her there's no one here by that name. She must have the wrong number.
I'm sorry. There's no one here by that name. You must have the wrong number.
Hang up. Stop talking before the rapist goes away.
Just a minute. She said she said Mrs. Lipton and her husband had an appointment here with you tonight. I'm sorry, but my father doesn't know anything about it. Now listen, Mrs. Lipton, this is a bad time for us to talk because we're expecting someone. Yes, we will. Thank you.
Yes, you will what?
Tell Sydney it's 5 o'clock.
Here he comes.
What's wrong?
Wrong? What could be wrong?
What?
I said what could be wrong?
I can't hear you. I have my earplugs in.
Take them out.
I can't hear you. I have my earplugs in.
Nothing's wrong.
David's not home yet. I don't like it when David comes home so late. Tell him I'd like to speak to him in the morning, Joe, okay?
I'll tell him, Rose. I'll tell him.
I can't hear you. I have my earplugs in.
I'll tell him!
Never mind, you tell him. I'm going to bed. Good night, Joe. Good night, children.
Good night, Mother.
You could at least say good night.
Oh. I wonder if that was David.
No, Dad, it's Mother.
No, not now. I mean a while ago. Suppose he came home, drunk as usual, forgot his key, and tried to get into the French doors.
That's my guess. That sounds like him.
Well, that's probably it. Let's go on upstairs to bed. We've all had enough for one evening. I'll turn the alarm back on.
I'll never sleep. I keep picturing some horrid man.
No one's going to bother you.
Hi, Dad.
David! So it was you! Bum, drunken bum, dirty, rotten, good for nothing, drunken bum.
Good for a minute, I thought I was in our own house.
Who is it, Dad?
It's David, the bum.
David.
It's David.
I gave it to David.
You want to scare us all to death? You want to give the three of us a heart attack?
With a heart attack, I don't think that's possible, Dad.
Look at him. He can't even stand up straight. I'm glad your mother can't see you in your condition. She's got earplugs in.
How does that affect the eyes, Dad?
Go to your room. Do you think you can find your room in your condition?
What?
You know what? I thought I was a lunatic. Your brother thought I was a weirdo, and your sister was expecting a rapist.
Sorry, sir, what time are you expecting him?
Go to your room. Do you think you can find your room in your condition?
Why should I find my room in my condition?
Get him out. Get him out before I smack him one.
Cool it, David. Dad's pretty upset.
Come to bed, David.
You know, a lot of help you'd be if there was someone out there right now.
Oh, but there is. I saw something move out there.
You saw something. Where?
And my bathrobe's open.
I knew it. I knew it.
Dad knew it. He knew it.
Dad found his glasses on the porch.
Probably half blind.
Lucky dog.
Get away from that liquor.
Sorry, Dad, what liquor can I have in here?
You hear?
Mr. Benjamin?
Dad, it's Maggie and Morris.
Looks like Maggie and Morris.
Mr. Benjamin, we heard the alarm. Is anything wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. Everything's all right. It was an accident.
Maggie thought she saw someone pass the window before.
At first I thought it was a dog, but it bumped into a tree, and I've never seen a dog bump into a tree.
And then she heard a call out in the dark.
Well, what did it say, Maggie?
It sounded like, oh, my head, and I've never heard a dog say, oh, my head.
No, it must have been the wind or something.
I've never heard the wind say, oh, my head, either.
Well, that's true. Well, anyway, don't worry about it. Please just go back to bed and don't say anything to Mrs. Benjamin in the morning, please.
Yes, sir. Good night, Mr. Benjamin.
It's getting dangerous around here. I don't like living in rich neighborhoods.
On, Maggie.
She's right, Dad. Why don't you buy us all a nice poor neighborhood where we'll all feel safer?
Give me that. How many times have I told you we only drink in this house on holidays and special occasions?
If I guess right, can I have a drink?
I will not tolerate disrespect.
I'm sorry, Dad. I mean no disrespect. I apologize.
What? Apology from you? That's the first one I can ever remember.
Ah, special occasion. That means I can have a drink.
Come on, David. Let's go to bed.
Please don't drink anymore, David.
Why can't you be helpful? There's a professional burglar crawling and feeling his way around out there. Now stay away from these French doors. I'm going outside to check. If anything happens to me, please call the police, but don't wake your mother.
Careful, Dad.
Be careful, Daddy.
You think it's all right to leave up there alone?
The slippers and bathrobe on. How much could they get off of?
Hello? Who's out there? What do you want and where do you come from?
He expected to get her name and address.
What is it that you want? If you're cold and you want a drink, just say so.
So that's how you get one.
Can you see me? I have your glasses in my pocket. If your legs are broken, just crawl inside and we'll get you a doctor.
You can pay us back a little bit each week.
Listen, someone's coming down the stairs.
What's Mother? I hear a jury.
My God, what do we do? She'll panic.
I heard noises. What were the noises? David, is that you? Yes, it's you. Where were you so late? Do you know you had me so worried? Why is everyone here? Is anything wrong? Where's your father? Why isn't your father here? What's going on? What's happening? What's this all about?
It takes first six, but I'll take the rest.
She can't hear you. She has earplugs in.
I can hear you. I don't have my earplugs in. God, I feel weak. This jewel box is so heavy.
Come on, we know you're out there. Speak up, damn it, I'm losing patience.
Who's that? Is that your father? Who's your father talking to?
Don't worry, Mother. It's not another woman.
All right, you want to freeze? Freeze. Let him freeze.
Who's out there, Joe?
Can she hear me? No one, Rose. No one's out there.
You're keeping something from me, all of you, and I demand to know what it is. I'm the woman of this house. David, Ben, Sarah, I'm your mother. Joe, I'm your wife.
We all know who you are, Mother.
Rose, really, there's no point in upsetting you.
I will not get upset. Why does everyone think I always get upset? I'm perfectly capable of handling any situation as long as I know what it is. Now, what is it?
Rose, someone tried to break into our house tonight. Rose.
See, Dad, why were you so worried about telling her?
Now, Rose, are you all right?
Oh, my jewels!
Rose, it's me, the one who bought the jewels.
A burglar in my house?
Okay, that's enough. One little alarm goes off and everybody in this house goes crazy. There is nothing wrong here. We're safe and we're locked in and we're well protected, and I don't want to hear anything more about it. You hear me? I'm your father, and that's final.
We all know who you are, Dad.
I'll talk to you later. Now, everybody, upstairs to bed. I'll turn the lights off.
That's what he's waiting for.
Now leave them on.
Are you crazy so he can see us better?
I'll call the police then.
Not the police. They steal more than the crooks.
What do you want me to do then, Rose? What is it that you want?
I want to know that we'll be safe in this house tonight. That some lunatic isn't going to break in, cut our throats, and steal my jewels. That's what I want.
And the other thing, we don't want the other thing either, Daddy.
Why don't we just call him and see if we can negotiate a deal?
You through? All of you? As if you are, I have something to say to you. No one is going to break into our house tonight. No one is going to cut our throats, steal our jewels, or do the other thing. I guarantee you that. I can't promise it. Because if they do, it's because it's God's will. You know, we go to bed every night and we pray that we get up in the morning, but if we don't, it's because it's God's will. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Joe.
Yes, Dad.
Good. Well, then you please say it.
We
We understand it's God's will.
Good. I hope you all feel better. Now, let's go on upstairs to bed.
We pray it ain't God's will tonight.
I postponed that talk we we're going to have later until now. Everybody else, upstairs.
Yes, Daddy. Good night, Daddy.
Good night, Dad. You know you can count on me.
Now, you hear? That's a son.
We all know who he is, Dad.
Good night. Come to bed as soon as you're through yelling at David.
Come, Mother.
Don't aggravate your father too late, dear. Good night.
You want a drink? Go ahead, have one.
I beg your pardon?
I said have a drink. This is a special occasion. For the first time in our lives, you and I are going to communicate.
I can't do it.
Why not?
Because it's only fun when you don't like it.
Oh, David.
You talking to me, Dad?
Yes, but who are you? Do you know who you are, David? I don't know who you are. Do you know who you are?
Just casually, I see myself around the house.
That's who you are. Always quick with a flippant answer. Fresh, lazy, disrespectful, unambitious, no morals, no scruples, no faith. A lover, a playboy, a bum, a television watcher, and a lousy guitar player. That's what you are, David.
Ah, gee, Dad, you remembered.
You know, last week I sat down and tried to think of all the things you did that made me proud. I didn't even get the tip off the fountain pen. You remember the father and son high school picnic? Because I went alone. Well, what's so bad about it is that you're the smartest one in the family. The smartest one in anyone's family. 3 college degrees, graduated top in your class, and you didn't even attend your senior year. So why do you throw it all away, David? Why do you drink so much?
To overcome this condition.
Condition? What condition?
Soberness. I get out and wake up in the morning. The room stands still. I get single vision. And I see the most frightening thing. Money.
Well, if that's it, then why don't you just pack your bottles and go?
I've tried on 6 separate occasions, but the driveway's so long I haven't even made it to the front gate.
So that's it, huh? You resent all this. You resent my business, this house, this furniture, these paintings, the swimming pool. Is that it? Is that what you resent?
Don't forget the basket drums in the playhouse.
So your sister likes ice cream. Is that a crime? Is it a crime for a man to be rich? Is it a sin for him to want only the best for his family?
I believe a man is entitled to whatever he earns in his life. However, I do think 97 flavors is a bit unnecessary.
Let me tell you something. I grew up in a tenement in New York City, and there was a time in my life when the holes in my socks were so big you could put them on from either end. Like I say, I grew up in a tenement in New York City. My mother and father and 11 kids in 1.5 rooms. We had 2 beds in the cot. You had to take a number off the wall just to go to sleep. My father was 5'3" and weighed 127 pounds. He had a bad heart, bad liver, bad lungs, and bad kidneys. He was a piano mover. He died at the age of 32 from an acute attack of everything. My mother had to take on an extra job at a sweatshop, working 6 days a week, 14 hours a day. Night she'd scrub floors in Madison Square Garden. Weekends or Sundays she used to sell sweet potatoes on the corner of 14th and Broadway. Whatever she didn't sell was our dinner for the rest of the week. Sweet potatoes every night. Remember at Thanksgiving, she used to stuff a little white potato inside a sweet potato. And the clothes we wore were made out of curtains someone had thrown away or rags she found out in the street. Do you know what it's like for a young boy growing up in a tough New York neighborhood to wear curtains? Can you picture that? Fairies used to beat me up. But through all those long, cold winters and hot, hungry summers, through all those years of scrimping and scraping, through all those sicknesses without doctors and medicine, I remember one time we all had the whooping cough at the same time. 11 kids throwing up simultaneously in 1.5 rooms. My mother had to nurse us on roller skates. Through all those pain and hardship and suffering, she never complained once, never cried out against the world, because she knew it was God's will. That was a lesson my mother used to teach us. What God has given you, God can take away. And for what God has given you, be thankful. When I was 14 years old, I went to work for the Schreiber Box Company. A rotten man who made a rotten box. Didn't matter how you packed it, as soon as you shipped it, it fell apart. Didn't hold up under any kind of weather conditions, including sunshine. Because Schreiber was interested in the quick profit, not quality, not workmanship. In 1942, I bought that box company from him. It was $6,000 my mother had saved. I began making a quality box, strong as steel. I lost my mother's initial investment in the first 3 months. It's God's will, she kept telling me. Then finally, business began to pick up. From nowhere, from everywhere, people were buying my boxes. It was a miracle. I couldn't find bags fast enough to keep up with it. My mother never lived to enjoy my success, though. The day I made my first million, she died peacefully in her sleep on the BMT subway. I remember her last words to the conductor were, if God had meant me to live today, I would have taken the bus. But all I really wanted for my family was for them not to have to suffer the way I did. Not to be deprived of life's barest necessities. But such wealth, such riches. Never imagined it. I never even asked for it. When I asked myself why so much, why me, I hear the voice of my mother saying, it's God's will. You know, I give away half of what I make each year to charity. And the next year I make twice as much. Wealth is as much a responsibility as poverty is a burden. I will accept whatever is given to me. Nothing more, nothing less. Do you understand what I'm saying, David? David. He's asleep. Why do you do this to me? Why do you tear me apart so? Why do you bend my heart around as if it were a pretzel? Do you enjoy this? Have I brought you up without faith? Or have you just lost it?
I don't know, Dad. If you want me to, I'll check in my closet.
I would give away everything I have to hear you say, dear God in heaven, I believe in you.
Listen, I'm willing to discuss it with the man. You know his number. Call him.
Oh, David. The son who doesn't believe is his father's greatest anguish. You know what it says in the Bible, David?
Yeah. This Bible belongs to Sheraton Plaza Hotel. Good night, Dad.
Am I wrong? Is all this too much for one man? And if it is, why did you give it to me? It's enough already, dear Lord. Don't give me anything else. Just give me my David. If it be your will, that's all I ask. Amen.
Amen.
Who said that?
Don't worry, it's not in your thinking.
Where are you? I can't see you.
I can't see you either. I lost my glasses.
You, the one who tried to break in.
Certainly it's me. Who did you think it was? Are we inside or outside? I can't see a damn thing.
Now stay where you are. Don't move. I can have the police here in 2 minutes.
You're lucky. In my neighborhood, you can wait half the night. Would you turn the lights on, please? I get very nervous in the dark.
All right, but don't try anything funny.
I'm not here to get laughs.
All right, now who? Where are you?
Don't get excited. I'm just looking for my glasses. Where am I, on the floor?
Now who are you? What do you want from me?
Gorgeous run. This is all hand woven, isn't it? Must have cost a fortune. What is it, Persian?
Never mind the rug. Now I asked you a question. Who are you?
The name is Lipton, Sidney Lipton. By the way, were there any calls for me?
Your wife called.
Sylvia?
How do I know your wife's name?
Sylvia, dreadful woman, checks on me every minute. If she calls again, I'm not here, all right? Where am I, still on the floor?
Look, I have your glasses here in my pocket somewhere.
Oh, you found them. Could you put them in my hand, please?
Just a minute.
Is that my hand?
Well, certainly it's your hand.
Now you can tell how bad my eyes really are. Oh. Yes. This is gorgeous. Now this is what I call a gorgeous room. You know what this reminds me of? Gatsby. Did you ever see The Great Gatsby? A lousy picture, but gorgeous sets.
Is that why you're here, to discuss movies with me?
Certainly not. I'm here on business. Very important business.
Well, what kind of business?
Patience, patience, all in good time. I'll get to it. Let me look around. How often does a person like me get inside one of these big-time houses? By the way, could you get me anything soft to drink? An RC Cola? A Yoo-hoo?
If you have business with me, you make an appointment like everybody else.
My business is not the kind of business that you think. And I'm not like everyone else. I love the chair. I don't fall in love easily, but I do love this chair. Just for curiosity's sake, how much did you pay for it? $3,000? $3,400? Am I being pushy?
Look, I don't remember what I paid for the furniture. Is that what you are, an antique dealer?
Antiques? No. Antiquity? Perhaps.
What do you mean by that?
What does anything mean?
What do you mean by what does anything mean?
What is meant by meaning? What is the meaning of men? What is real or unreal? What in the hell are we talking about? I don't know. I'm still dizzy from that fall I took.
I can't figure you out. You're not a burglar, that I can tell.
A burglar? No. An antique dealer? No. But who am I? What am I? Why am I here? That's the question, isn't it? A mystery. I love a good mystery. Did you see Chinatown? Jack Nicholson, Faye Dunaway? They cut his nose and he wore a Band-Aid for 2.5 hours. Can you imagine? $3.50 a ticket to see a man with a slit nose. Where do they get the nerve? Nice picture, but I can see slit noses for free at Mount Sinai Hospital.
You don't tell me who you are and what you want. It's not your nose that's going to be slit.
Temper, temper. You mustn't lose patience. Lovely crystal. Who picked it up? Your wife, Rose?
How do you know my wife, Rose?
Did I say I knew her?
Well, you mentioned her name.
To mention her name is not to say I know her. Ergo, to know is to me. Ergo, to be is not necessarily to exist. Ergo, to know is to question is to ask. Ergo, what is meant by knowing and what is meant by... Ergo, I've got such pains in my head. I could use an aspirin, Valium, acupuncture, anything.
You're not getting anything from me until I get some information from you.
Interesting, you're not as tall as I expected. They led me to believe you're a much taller man. 6'4", 6'5". Do you know how tall Alan Ladd was?
I am not interested in Alan Ladd.
2 inches shorter than Veronica Lake. They never made a movie where they had a child together. They couldn't find one short enough. I love movie gossip.
What do you know about me? Who have you been talking to?
I know a lot, and I know nothing. Yet to know nothing is to know everything. What does that mean? Why do I say things like that? I've got cramps in my head. You ever get cramps in the head?
A lunatic. A lunatic walks into my house. Why do I answer him? Why do I even bother listening to him?
Curiosity. You've got to admit there's something curious in it. All right, enough chit-chat, enough fiddle-faddle, enough fencing with each other. Let's get down to brass tacks, Joe Benjamin. Let's discuss the reason of this midnight visit of this most curious and somewhat sinister standing before you. Why, at this hour, on this night, in this house, in these shoes, on this rug, do I, Sidney Leonard Lipton, stand before you? What business do we, strangers to lot 5 minutes ago, have into each other?
Are you selling something? If you're a salesman, I'll strangle you with my bare hands.
Do I look like a salesman? Do I look like a man who deals in goods and hardware? I'm a man of flair and fancy, a bizarre and unique guide into the world beyond our world, a companion into wild and soaring flights beyond human comprehension.
A travel agent. That's what you are, a travel agent.
You have no imagination. I'm trying to jazz this up. I have a wonderful sense of the theatrics, and you keep pulling my curtain down. What do I have to do to tell you who I am? Think, Joe, think.
I think you're a nut. That's what I think, and I think we want you out of my house right now. Do you hear me? Out.
Easy,
out.
easy, no rough stuff. I'm not a physical person.
If you're not out of my house in 10 seconds, I will pick you up and throw you out. 1, 2...
Don't force my hand. I deal a heavy hand.
3, 4...
Stay not hear that. That was a slip. 86 on the last line. Disregard everything I said. Oh, God, I've got a Charlie horse in the middle of my temple. Does Ben Gay work on the head?
I'm getting a funny feeling. You're not who you're pretending to be at all, are you?
Ooh, aha, getting somewhere, getting warm.
This is all an act, a game. Someone sent you, didn't they?
Oh, hotter, getting hotter.
Someone sent you to get something from me.
Hotter, hotter, boiling hotter.
Somebody important sent you to get something from me that I have that has enormous value.
Hot, scorching, August 20th through the 30th, burning.
Something no other man on earth has.
Scalding, steaming lava, 2 weeks in a sauna.
My Bible. My Gutenberg Bible.
Cold, cold, freezing, winter, a room for two in Toronto.
Ben, damn you, what is it?
Hey, behave yourself. Let's not break our blood vessels. Calm down. We don't want you to get in bad health. I mean, you are in good health, aren't you?
Yes, thank God.
Hot, getting hot again, hot, oh gosh.
What, my health?
Cold,
Knock on wood?
cold, cold.
Thank God.
Hot as a pistol, all-time record breaker, July 4th.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You're driving me crazy.
Temper, what a nervous disposition. I was told you were such a patient man.
Who told you?
You know.
No, I don't know.
Sure you do. He did.
Who's he?
He, as in him. Capital H, small I, small m. Do I have to spell it for you? Oh, I just did, didn't I? Anyway, crazy about you. Went on and on about you. To tell you the truth, you're his favorite. Out of everyone, I don't mean just this neighborhood, out of everyone, yes, you, Joe Benjamin, are considered to be his favorite. And that's the honest to God's truth. God's truth. Am I getting through to you at all?
I can't understand what you're saying.
Can't understand or afraid to?
I'm not afraid of anything on this earth except God himself.
Bingo, bullseye, ding-a-ling-a-ling,
Oh, you
home
stop
run,
it, please!
God.
Mr. Lipton, I am a plain, simple man, and I want you to explain to me in plain, simple language who you are and what you want. I can't understand all this fancy hocus-pocus rigmarole. Now, who are you?
All right. I think you'd better sit down. Forgive me, my son. I've taken this bizarre form, these extraordinary measures, so that I might present myself in a somewhat normal fashion. For had I told you the identity straight out, not even I could give you the power to accept or comprehend it. Yes, Joe, I am who you think I am.
Are you trying to tell me that
Say it, Joe. Get the words out.
are you saying that
Ask me, Joe. I can only answer unless you ask me.
I can't get the words out. It's so inconceivable to me.
Conceive it, Joe. Conceive it. Who am I trying to tell you that I am?
God? Are you trying to tell me that you're God?
God? You thought I was gonna say I was God? Nothing personal, but that's really crazy, you know? Why? Do I look like God? Would God be wearing a filthy Robert Hall raincoat and leaky hush puppies in winter? Would God be wearing glasses? I mean, if anybody's gonna have good eyes, it's gonna be God. After all, he's the one that passed them out. No, Joe, I'm sorry to inform you, but I'm not God.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of God.
Oh, I can't take any more of this.
Not a close friend, mind you. We met a few times.
You've met God?
Twice on business, once on a boat ride.
What business? What business do you have with God?
My capacity is such that I perform services.
What business?
I deliver messages.
You're a messenger boy?
Don't say it like that. I'm not some lousy kid from Western Union. I work for God.
You deliver messages for God.
Important documents, no packages.
I don't believe you.
Nobody does, not even Sylvia. She laughs when I tell her. What am I supposed to do? Bring my boss home for dinner?
You're either a drunk or a madman or both.
Oh, please, don't start it. I got a headache that goes right through my head. Even my eyeglasses throb. Look, Mr. Benjamin, I understand you're a wonderful man. Religious, philanthropic, charitable, am I right?
I serve God as best I can.
Well, if he can have servants, why can't he afford messengers? He's got cleaning people. I've seen them.
Look, if you are who you say you are,
I am.
will you let me finish?
After you're finished, I am.
If you are who you say you are, a messenger of God, then where do you come from?
Oh, you mean like heaven? The eternal paradise? Where the angels abide? A place like that?
Yes, yes.
It's Jackson Heights. It's in Queens, just over the Triborough Bridge. Look, I'm not Here Comes Mr. Jordan. I'm a 9-to-5er. This is strictly a job with me. I was sent by an agency. I had to have a bicycle. It got stolen from me in Central Park. I told him we should work in pairs.
But you said you met God.
Well, no. You see, there's this big light over him. The glare is murder.
But you've been in his presence.
We're all in his presence.
Have you actually seen him with your own two eyes?
Without my glasses, I wouldn't recognize my own wife.
With your glasses.
With my glasses, yes, I think I'd recognize him.
God, have you actually seen God?
No, but I've heard him.
Oh, what did he say to you?
He blessed me.
God blessed you?
I sneezed. What else could he do?
Oh, this is a practical joke, isn't it? Somebody put you up to this. My son David put you up to this. I wouldn't put it past him.
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting the boy, but personally, he sounds like a lot of trouble. Look, can we get on with this?
With what? This insanity?
Look, I cannot deliver God's message until you accept that I am God's messenger.
Well, tell me why God would want to talk to me, Joe Benjamin, a plain, simple, ordinary man.
To test your faith! Oops, another boo-boo. You didn't hear that. 86 again. Forget everything I said. You did not hear that. Oh my God. You got any uppers? Ask David. I bet he's got pills.
To test my faith? My faith? My lifeblood is my faith. Why would God want to question my faith in him?
Oh, no. God doesn't question your faith. He's crazy about you, remember? It's the other one.
What other one?
You know, the other one. From downstairs. Oh, for goodness sake. Bad Leroy Brown? Mr. Nasty? Oh, jeez. Satan. Lucifer. The devil. Oh, God, I have to spell everything out. I don't believe this conversation. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street.
The devil. The devil questions my faith in God. Now I suppose you're going to tell me that you've met God, too.
Would you like to know what he looks like? Robert Redford, I swear on my mother's grave, the man is gorgeous, simply gorgeous. Blonde hair, little bend in the nose.
I've had enough of this. I'm calling the police.
Stay! I stay! I render you powerless and motionless. All right, I can't do it. Put the phone down. I'll tell you what I know, okay? Anyway, God and Satan were sitting around having one of those boring philosophical debates. This was a week ago Tuesday. Anyway, Satan's sitting there in his pink suit, gorgeous tan, little mole on the cheek. Anyway, Satan says to God, there is not one man on the face of the earth, regardless of race, religious, Polish, whatever, who would not renounce God once the devil put enough heat on. Can you believe it? Two grown deities sitting around talking like this. Anyway, to which God says, there is not one man on earth, there's one man on earth who will never renounce, and that is Joe Benjamin. Thrills, right? So, the bet is, the devil's going to make your life so miserable, you'll renounce God. So, hell of a story, huh?
Renounce God? You think I would renounce God?
Tonight, no. When they shut your steam off, who knows?
You think so little of a man that he would renounce God in the face of a little adversity?
Hey, I've seen people on a 707 with a burning engine who'd sell out God in a second for a little good news from the pilot. So you believe me, huh? Good, I can get on with my message and leave.
Let me see that.
Hey, it's not official unless I read it. Down. To Joseph Marvin Benjamin.
Melvin.
Huh?
Joseph Melvin Benjamin.
Huh, Melvin, right. Would you believe God has such terrible handwriting? Anyway, Joseph Melvin Benjamin of 118 Park Place Drive, Oyster Bay, Long Island, zip 11771.
Come on, get on with it.
Husband of Rose, father of David, Ben, and Sarah, son of Arnold and Jeanette.
Come on, get to the message already.
All right. To Joseph Melvin Benjamin, devoted husband and father, if you cherish your children and wife, the house that shelters you, the clothes that warm you, the flesh that covers you, if pain, calamity, and disaster do not in any way whatsoever appeal to you, then renounce your God. That's it. Message delivered. No tip necessary. Goodbye. Good luck. God bless you. But I doubt it.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
If I had my choice, Fort Lauderdale, but unfortunately the bus stopped.
Doesn't make sense. Why would a man who has believed in God all his life suddenly turn around and renounce him?
Look, I take home $137 a week. If you want theological advice, get Billy Graham. Can I catch number 15 bus here?
I will never renounce God. I will never, ever renounce God.
Renounce God or don't renounce God. See if I care. I gotta walk out in the freezing cold wearing supper.
I will not renounce God. He is my maker and I love him. And come hell or high water, I will never renounce him.
Joe, can I tell you the truth? The hell or high water you can count on. Look, God loves you. And whatever they do, just remember that, all right?
I love him too, you know.
Well, in case the romance falls apart, here's my card. Renouncements are toll-free calls.
Wait a minute. Did you just say something? It's rather faint.
Sound? I hear it. What is it?
I can't tell.
Looks like a fire. Near the water. Where's your factory?
Near the water.
Look at it burn like a cardboard box. With me.
Would you believe cardboard boxes?
Well, I wouldn't worry unless you got a phone call.
Couldn't be my factory. My factory's 100% fireproof. Hello? Ed, yeah. What? What?
One more what and you're in trouble.
What?
Oh, wonderful. What is it? A calamity or disaster?
The whole factory?
Oh, a catastrophe. Wonderful.
No, Ed, it's not your fault. Thank you for calling. Yeah, I'll be all right.
So, how much did the insurance cover?
Didn't have insurance. God was my insurance.
Well, Joe, that was your first mistake. Even God's with John Hancock. So long, Joe.
Hello? Benjamin residence. Who's calling? Mr. Benjamin's having a cold dinner with his family just now. Yes, sir. One moment, sir. Mr. Benjamin?
Yes.
It's Mr. Lipton.
Who?
Mr. Sidney Lipton. He'd like to know if you'd like a little colder in the house. Then he giggled.
Just a minute, I'm coming.
Close the door!
Will you close the door when you go out and sit on my chair, keep it warm. Hello? What do you want? I told you last week and I'll tell you every time that you call, I'm not going to announce anything. I don't care how cold it gets. I'll burn the house down before I say yes to you. And you needn't bother calling anymore because they're cutting my phone service off tomorrow.
My hands are frozen, Joe. Morris had to cut the meat for me.
My teeth are numb.
Oh, my sinuses, my throat.
Attention, everybody. I have good news and bad news.
What's the good news?
The heat's back on.
What's the bad news?
I lied.
I hate it. I hate it, Mother.
What's going on? What's happening to us? No heat? No electricity? The water's gone? What's going on?
Just like living in the city.
Yeah, what's going on? I'm
A little decorum, please, everybody. Maggie? Morris? Please come in and sit down. Everybody, sit down, quickly. What I have to say to you tonight is of grave importance. Now, I'm sure you've all heard it said before that to love God is not to question God. We must all accept God as we accept the air and the sky and the earth and the sea.
Will this take long, Joe? My eyelashes are caking up from the frost.
Rose, none of us are very comfortable. None of us like living under these conditions. We've all had it very good for a long time, but we're just going to have to learn to live more economically, to tighten our belts.
I can't cut the meat any thinner unless you want me to shave it.
I understand, Maggie. You see, there is one thing I've not had the courage to tell you until tonight. My dear wife, loving children and faithful servants, have you ever stopped to wonder why, after a lifetime of luxury and prosperity, we're suddenly living in a house that's 12 degrees colder than it is outside? Why plumbers, electricians, and carpenters are suddenly running out on us? Why a butcher who I have personally kept in business for over 15 years by buying the finest beef in the world is suddenly sending over cuts of our meat that 3 of our cats walked away from? Well, if you want to know the answer, it's because I'm being tested. Tested for my strength and courage.
Is this for an insurance policy, Joe?
Oh, how do I explain this? Look, I'm 56 years old, and throughout my life, except for my love for all of you, I've only believed in one thing: the divine wisdom and glory of God.
Amen.
Thank you, Maggie. Now God, in His infinite wisdom, has seen fit to give us all the fruits of the earth. But now God, still in His infinite wisdom, has seen fit to take them all away from us. 2 weeks ago, I had an experience with a man.
Oh, God, Joe, do you want the children to hear this?
Rose, please. Now, don't ask me who he was or where he came from. It's my belief that I've been chosen out of all the people on the earth, regardless of race, religion, Polish, whatever, to prove the courage and strength of man in his love and devotion to God.
Is this something that came in in the mail, Joe?
It didn't come in the mail, Rose.
What do you mean a test, Dad? You mean we have to cut out meats and fish? Is that what you mean?
Aren't you listening? Don't you understand anything I'm saying? God is asking me to make the supreme personal sacrifice.
Wait a minute, Joe. Does this mean we have to take 2 of those Jehovah's Witnesses from Ohio in to live with us?
You know what I think? I think this family is part of my test, and I'm not so sure I can pass. Never thought I'd be turning to you, David. You're a bum, but you're smart. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Dad, I think so.
Good. Will you please explain it to them?
I don't know about this, but I think Dad's going to a convent.
You know what I pray for? I pray I had all my money back so I could cut you off without a cent. All right, everybody, I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. 2 weeks ago, a man broke into the house. His name was Sidney Lipton. A nut. A lunatic. A nut lunatic weirdo. He wore hush puppies and talked about Chinatown with Jack Nicholson and Veronica Lake.
Joe, Veronica Lake wasn't in Chinatown.
Don't analyze it, Rose. Just believe me. Now, he didn't prove to me who he was because he knew I would never accept his real identity until he proved it to me. Well, he proved it all right. Oh, brother, did he prove it.
Are you going to tell us, Dad?
All right. Sidney Lipton, the man who appeared before me, was a messenger from God.
Who did he say?
From God. He was a messenger from God.
From God, Daddy?
Yes, yes,
Our God, Joe?
yes.
Joe, don't get upset. We know the strain you're under being wiped out and all. Think, sweetheart, are you sure he wasn't from UNICEF?
He was from God. God sent him to talk to me.
What was it like? Could you see through him? Did you hear organ music?
Oh, it's not like that at all. He's a regular person, just like you and me. It's a job. They hired him. He had to have a bicycle. He takes home $137 a week. He wants to move to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, he won't like it there. It's all little condominiums now.
Dad, you never lied to us in your life. If you say you signed, then I believe you. We all do.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Uh-oh.
Might I understand that some nut comes in here and says he's a messenger from God?
Important documents only, no packages.
I see. And what was he like? How did he strike you as a person?
He got cramps in his head.
Figures. And how do you know he's a messenger from God? Did he have any identification?
Yes.
What was it?
He had a big G on his t-shirt.
A big G? Are you sure he wasn't from Georgia Tech?
Listen, you must believe me. He was a messenger from God.
And what was the message?
The message was that I should renounce God.
Renounce God?
Joe, that's terrible. Are you sure he had the right address?
There's no mistake. That was the message.
Who asked you this, Dad? Who asked you to renounce God?
God did. To prove to the devil how much I love God.
Ah! So the devil's in on this too, huh? Big DM sweatshirt dad?
I don't know. I didn't see him. The messenger did.
So the messenger saw the devil. And what did he look like?
Oh, you'd never believe me.
Tell him, Joe. We'll believe it.
The good-looking one from Butch Cassidy.
Paul Newman?
No, the other one.
Robert Redford? Oh, he's such a clean-cut looking boy.
Oh, you don't understand anything. He loves me.
Robert Redford?
No, God loves me.
Oh, we all love you, Joe, but we wouldn't ask you to renounce us. That's why I'm very surprised at God.
Look, he not only happens to love me, I happen to be his favorite. The messenger told me.
God's favorite? Oh, Daddy, how wonderful.
That's a great honor, Dad. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Some nut with a big G on his sweatshirt comes in here and says he's a messenger from God, and you all believe it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Doesn't believe me. The fire in the factory was real, wasn't it? The cold in here is real, isn't it? And it's just the beginning. He just told me on the phone. What we have to endure in these next few weeks, don't even try to imagine.
I can just imagine.
Dad, you know you can count on me.
Thank you.
Me too, Dad.
Just like a brother. They were always so close, even as children, weren't they, Maggie?
I still can't tell them apart.
Is it my turn to vote? I registered, you know.
Yes, David, it's your turn now.
In my opinion, we've got a terrific lawsuit on our hands. I say we sue God for property damage.
Now, don't get smart. You don't know what you're dealing with.
Well, am I to understand that God has decided to test men's faith in him by sending this family a tough cut of pot roast?
Now, David, stop that. I'm begging you.
Well, at least let's stand up and fight him. I mean, the man's been pushing people around for 25,000 years, and I don't think we have to take any more crap from him.
Oh my God!
Oh, brother.
We're in trouble now!
Don't you say that in this house. Don't you ever say that inside this house.
How about outside this house? You want to test us, God? You want to see what we're made of? Well, we want to see what you're made of. How about it, big fella? Show us a little muscle.
Now see what you've done?
Oh, no.
Boris, please, take everybody downstairs in the base. Come on,
Hey,
everybody,
everybody,
come on,
first.
downstairs.
Joe, don't stand there, you'll get it out!
All right, it's all right, I'll make it.
Joe, if you get a chance, grab my bracelet!
Right. Forgive my son, David. Forgive him. He doesn't know what he's saying. Help me to teach him, Lord. Help me, please. Help me.
Helping me! Oh, help! I'm on fire! Oh, I'm on fire! Oh, put me out! Oh, I needed my raincoat dry clean, not toasted.
What are you doing here?
Oh, you got a crazy son. You know that? I could have been killed. Never get God angry when somebody's standing under a tree.
I'm sorry. I apologize for David.
Put me out! Put me out!
Back! Oh, there'll be no more of that.
I could have been killed. I mean, it's bad enough to fool around with Mother Nature.
Who are you calling?
Huh?
Who are you calling?
Hello? Is he in? Oh, who's this? Oh, I see. His answering service. No, I'll call back later. Thank you.
If you could just explain it to him. He's just a boy. I'd do anything. Give you anything I have.
Hey, what's this? A bribe? Are you trying to bribe me, a messenger of God?
No, of course not.
What's the matter? Too good for you? I'll take anything. I'll take cash, canned goods, sheets, linen. I took some beating on the market this week.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry. You still got a gorgeous roof over your head. I just got a 12% rent increase. And they took out the elevator. A 6th-floor walk up and
Sylvia just got a report back from the doctor. Positive varicose veins. If I don't get her out of New York this winter, they'll have to tie her ankles in knots. So don't tell me your lousy problems with your lousy son.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you get so wrapped up in your own problems, you completely forget about other people.
Oh, shucks, I forgot my briefcase. Would you hold on a second?
Did you bring a car?
I forgot that, too. Now, where were we? Oh, I can't hear myself. I think the thunder deviated my septum. Well, anyway, on with business. If I can have your signature on these, I can get home in time for the Hollywood Squares. Sign all 3 copies, write, don't print.
Sign what? What's this for?
For the ad.
What ad?
The ad in the New York Times.
What ad? What New York Times? What in the hell are you talking about?
Language, please. I can't take any more thunder. I'm sure you and your family have suffered enough, too. That's why we want you to take out an ad in the New York Times saying you've renounced God. We pay for it. We get the rate.
Are you mad?
That you know. It's your son a little. Here, take the pen.
Get away. I'm not going to sign any documents.
This isn't a document. It's a lousy piece of paper. The Magna Carta was a document. Why do you make such a big deal out of everything?
Get away. Get away, I said.
Keep it up. Keep it up. You're going to bring out humidity like you've never seen. You're going to have to go to a garage to get your underwear off. Look, it's not an official renouncement unless it appears in the Sunday Times. The Daily News is only acceptable in Bronx and Staten Island.
I am not taking out an ad renouncing God.
It's just a teeny-weeny little ad. Teeny little type, like Doggy's Lost. Who's going to see it?
Never.
The printer and a couple nuts who look for announcements.
Never, 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 never.
Look, Joe, you're a businessman. If you go bankrupt, it's not legal unless it appears in the paper, right? We'll put it under Montauk Fishing News. Who the hell reads that?
Did you hear what I said? I said never, never,
I
never.
heard you. I just wasn't sure if it was official. Here, take the pen.
Get that poisonous thing away from me.
Poisonous? A big banana? Look, Joe, you don't know these people. You don't know what discomfort they're capable of. I'm talking about big-time pain. In exactly 1 minute, you're going to start to itch. There is no itch which itches, Joe, like the itch you're going to get. There is not enough Johnson's baby powder in the entire world that can help you. Sign, Joe.
You don't think I know what hardship is? You don't think I know what bad times are? Let me tell you something. I grew up in a tenement in New York City. My mother and father and 11 kids in 1.5 rooms. We had 2 beds and a cot. You had to take a number off the wall just to go to sleep. My father was 5'3" and weighed 127 pounds. Ah! Oh! Ah!
Can't get to it, can you? They can put an itch on your back that a gorilla couldn't reach.
I'll do what you want. Bankrupt me, freeze me, tear my insides out. Oh, God, this is driving me crazy. Could you just scratch me for a moment? No one would know.
Sure, lean over. You sign while I scratch.
I'm not going to sign anything. Oh, I would give my entire hand for one 10-inch finger. Oh.
Has it started on the bottoms of your feet yet?
No, not yet. Ah! Oh, now it started. Ah, that's worse than the back. I would rather have my feet itch than have my teeth pulled than have my feet itch.
That's scheduled for Thursday. Now it starts in between the fingers.
Oh, now it's in between the fingers. Ah, expected pain, but this is torture. Oh, ah, what is that?
Neuralgia with a side order of bursitis. Look, Joe, nobody believes anymore. The church is thinking of closing 2 days a week. Synagogues are selling tickets for the high holidays at discount.
Oh, never, 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 never. Ah, what is that?
Tennis elbow.
Oh, get out. Get out and let me bear my pain alone. Let me suffer by myself.
Who's looking to stay? This isn't my idea of that's entertaining. Well, Benji boy, what we got here is a stalemate.
Oh, it's starting to itch again. Oh, it's itching everything and everywhere. Oh, can't you do anything? Is there anything you can do? Oh.
If I could, I would. You think I have no feelings? You think I like to see people suffer? I hate this job. If only I could get a nice franchise of McDonald's in Miami, I'd get out in a minute.
Ah, ha, ha. Oh, oh, oh.
Look, I'm leaving. Try not to scream until I get out. I'm getting nauseous.
A doctor. Get me a doctor.
Joe,
Oh.
don't ask for doctors. They can't help you and they'll charge you a fortune. Look, you've got my number. If it gets worse, call me.
Oh, it just got worse. Ah! Oh! Oh! That's the worst one. What is that? Oh! Oh! Oh!
That, Joe, is hemorrhoids.
Well, I tell you one thing. I ain't cleaning this mess up.
Look at the bright side, Maggie. We've only got one floor to do now.
I've never seen a fire spread so quickly in all my life. This house got well done quicker than a barbecue chicken.
It was the wind. Came up out of nowhere, blowing fire every which way. Look at that. First time I ever saw a pool burn.
How come none of the neighbors came over and helped us? How come the fire department never answered our alarm? How come when it started to rain, it rained everywhere else but here? I ain't a gambling woman, Miss Morris, but somehow I got this feeling this family has cracked out.
Do you think it's true, Maggie?
What's that?
That the Lord has tested Mr. Benjamin? That he's the one who's been freezing us and starving us just to see if Mr. Benjamin really loves him like he says he does?
I hope so. Sure it'd be a waste if this suffering was nothing but suffering. What time is it?
It's time for Mr. Benjamin to get up now.
Sounds a little better today.
He ain't getting any better. He just ain't screaming as loud.
Lawrence, Maggie, are you in the living room?
Yes, Mrs. Benjamin, we're outside the house.
Oh, I'm so glad you're both home. I forgot my keys.
Look out, Mrs. Benjamin. A lot of that furniture's still hot.
Look at my beautiful house, my beautiful living room, and we just had the windows washed.
tired, Mother. Why don't you sit down and rest?
Sit yourself here, Mrs. Benjamin. I think it's what's used to be on the couch. Would you like a carrot? Did you want?
No, thank you, Morris. I don't want to spoil my dinner.
You won't, because that's a...
You know, Maggie, when I was young, I wanted a big house with a little fireplace. Now I've got a big fireplace with a little house.
If it's money you need for, we'll be glad to help out.
Oh, you're both so kind. Did I tell you that David's gone?
He drank a whole bottle of brandy and ran out blind drunk. Then went out looking for him.
Don't say anything to Mr. Benjamin about it, though. He's upset enough as it is. I just wish David were here. He keeps asking for David. He says, "Where's my little David?" over and over again through his chapped lips.
Listen, someone's coming.
Oh, God, this place is a mess.
It's Mr. Ben.
He's coming, Daddy's coming!
Oh, come on, everybody. We gotta get this debris cleared away. Put it over here. Over here.
The walls of Jericho, that's what we've got here, the walls of Jericho.
No, it doesn't look right. Oh, never mind. Remember, everybody, we can't touch him. His skin is very sensitive. Please don't touch him.
Here he comes.
What's that, Mr. Benjamin?
It hurts him to speak. His lips get stuck together. What's that, dear? A nail in your shoe?
Hurts.
Poor Joe.
Daba.
What, dear?
There, Daba.
Where's David? I don't know where David is. David's gone.
David Goba?
Yes, but you mustn't worry about him. He'll be all right, Joe. You have to take care of yourself now.
David Goba.
Well, it's nice to see you up and about again, Mr. Benjamin.
Dinner be ready soon, Mr. Benjamin. We're having potluck tonight.
You shouldn't be standing there like that. Let me help you sit.
No.
Don't touch him!
I won't touch him. I won't.
Please, don't touch him.
Don't touch. Don't. Mustn't touch.
No one's going to touch you, dear. We know how your skin feels.
Skin feels hot.
Skin feels hot. We know, dear. Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
He needs strength. That's what he needs. Want an ice cure, Mr. Benjamin?
Can't chew.
What?
Can't chew.
He can't chew.
Would you like something to drink, Mr. Benjamin?
You can't swallow.
He can't swallow.
Isn't there anything we can do for you, Daddy?
I can't see. You can't.
He can't think of anything.
Gone. Everything gone.
Everything's gone? No, not everything's gone, Joe. We still have each other. We're still alive and together.
Everything gone. In here. Ah!
Just point to it, Joe. Don't touch it.
Oh, Daddy.
Away. Take away.
But, Joe, they're your children. They love you.
We're not leaving you, Daddy.
We're sticking, Daddy, but the pain gets worse.
Worse? How can it get worse than this? This is it. This is the worst.
That's right, Joe. Things are gonna get better. You'll see. We'll get our house back. We'll get our David back. We'll find a nice skin lotion for you. Joe, things are gonna be all right. You'll see. We love you, Joe.
And I love you.
Oh, Joe.
Ah!
I'm sorry.
Don't touch. Mustn't touch.
I won't ever touch you again, Joe.
Oh, Lord, help this poor man through his suffering.
Amen.
Help this poor man through his pain.
Amen.
Help this poor man through his anguish.
Amen.
Isn't that sweet, Joe? They're praying for you and it's their day off.
Thank you.
Everybody down on your knees to God. Not you, Mr. Benjamin.
We'll do, Joe. We'll pray for you.
Lord, if you hear us, give us a sign. Make it known in our hearts, Lord, that you hear us.
Make it known.
Make it known in our souls, Lord, that you hear us.
Make it known.
Make it known in our ears, Lord, that you hear us.
Hey, no!
Everybody. Amen, Lord.
Amen. Oh, bit my tongue.
Oh my God, he bit his tongue. Look at it, it's swelling up. He doesn't have enough room in his
There's nothing I can do.
Don't tell me there's nothing you can do. You can stop it all with 3 little words. 3 little words will end our pain and misery. Say it, Joe, please, and then we can all go to bed and watch television.
Don't ask me, Rose, please.
I'm not asking, I'm begging.
Don't beg me, Rose.
Then I demand, Joe Benjamin, that you give up your precious God. How can you love someone who makes us suffer so much?
I love David, and he makes me suffer.
That's different. He'll grow out of it. God is millions of years old. I believed Joe when I was a little girl, when I met you, when we had the children. But not anymore. Not when I see what he's doing to you. He's not nice, Joe. And if you don't renounce him, I'm going to renounce you.
Rose.
Mother.
Rose, please try and forgive me. I can't help it. I love my God.
Why couldn't you just have a mistress like other men?
Rose, can you ever forgive me?
Well, stay here and suffer, because I've got 5 mouths to feed, and if there is a God, that's what he intended me to do. Come on, children, I'm going to the welcome wagon for coffee and donuts.
What? Leave Dad here like this?
We can't leave him alone, Mother. He'll die.
He won't die. God doesn't want him to die. He'll stay here and suffer for 120 years, and they'll both be happy. We'll all be dead and buried, and he'll still be sitting here on porcupine needles.
All right, we'll go. But as soon as I know everyone's all right, I'm coming back, Dad. I'm not David. Goodbye and good luck. Oh, that hurts, doesn't it? Sorry about that.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Rosie, wait. One kiss. One goodbye kiss.
And if I touch you?
One kiss from you could never hurt. Oh, it's the best I've felt in 3 days.
Come on, with our luck, there'll be a transit strike. Goodbye, Joe.
Rosie!
You haven't called me that in 30 years.
Rosie, can you ever forgive me?
It was such a nice house, Joe. We were always so happy here. Why couldn't God have tested a young couple in a small apartment? Goodbye, Joe. I forgive you, and I love you.
What are you waiting for?
We want to stay with you, Mr. Benjamin.
What do I need you for? What does a man living all alone need 2 helpers for? Will you go on with Mrs. Benjamin? She needs you more than I do.
I have a sister who can come in twice a week and clean the house for you, Mr. Benjamin.
Thank you. And God bless you.
Thank you be plenty, Mr. Benjamin.
May the Lord have mercy on his painful soul.
Hallelujah. Let's get the hell out of here.
What's next, Lord? What's next?
Joe.
What?
Joseph Melvin Benjamin. This is your God.
God? Is that really you, God?
Didn't I just say it was? Joseph, of all the creatures on the earth, you are my favorite.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
I love you more than the birds and the butterflies and the crocodiles and the cockroaches, especially the cockroaches.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Your test is over. You have met the challenge of faith and have emerged triumphant. Raise thyself to be blessed, Joseph. Knowing now that your test is over, say the words that thou could not say before. As one final tribute of your love for me, say, I renounce God.
What?
It's all right, your test is over. It couldn't hurt anything.
This is a trick, isn't it? Someone... This is a trick. I know...
God does not trick. God is a busy man. Say it, Joe. Say it before I get angry.
It has to be a trick. I know that voice. It's you, isn't it?
It's not me. It's God. Why would I lie? I'm God. I'm God. I'm God.
April Fool.
I knew it. I knew it was you. I knew it all the time.
Come on, tell the truth. Did I fool you, huh? Huh? Did I fool you?
Joseph Melvin Benjamin, this is your God.
Huh? Huh? I did that once at a temple on 88th and Park. I raised over $100,000 in donations doing that.
Why did you have to show up? Apart from suffering, I'm not feeling very good.
I don't blame you. Look at this place. It's a mess. If you don't get your screens up, you're going to have one buggy summer.
I've lost everything else. How can I lose you too?
Can I make a suggestion about the furniture? Try lemon pledge. Rub it in for about 6 years and let it dry.
You're gloating, aren't you? You think you've defeated me. You think you finally won. Well, you're wrong. You haven't defeated me. All I wait for now is my death.
Your death? You got one long wait, Buster. You got 50, 60 years of healthy suffering ahead of you. What are you talking about? You're in the prime of fame. Oh, I've got the list.
What list?
The previews. The coming attractions. Let me read you what's playing August 20th through July 14th. A hernias, gastritis, a double impacted wisdom tooth, heartbreak of psoriasis. Oh, let's see. I can barely read it. Chills, dysentery, athlete's foot, lumbago, a general feeling of blogginess. Mind you, this is all on the left side of your body.
If I'm alive, I'll endure.
I'll endure. I heard that before. You want to know who renounced God today? Huh? You want to know? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I was shocked when I found out.
I don't care.
Detroit. The entire city of Detroit renounced God. I mean, even 300 tourists just passing through.
I am what God makes me.
And stop talking like you're Moses. Moses was a big star. You're lucky God even recognizes you.
I am an infinitesimal speck on the eyelash of the universe. But God sees me.
With binoculars, maybe. Vain, that's what you are, vain. Self-centered and a swellhead. And who are you to take up God's time anyway? You want to know something? This will be the first time in 19 years that God misses the Christmas show at Radio City Music Hall. And for what? Look at you, a mess. Walking around in a burn-up bathrobe and an old cane. You look like a shepherd for the Salvation Army. And I didn't want to say anything before, but you don't smell too nice either.
It won't work, Sidney. No matter how hard you try, whatever you say, it won't work.
I can't take it no more. Why? Why did you have to be his favorite? Why couldn't he help me, huh?
I'm sorry, Sidney. There's nothing I can do. What can I do for you, Sidney?
Well, if you won't renounce God, would you? Well,
Go ahead and say it, Sidney.
would you write me a letter of recommendation? I've been fired.
Oh, Sidney, don't tell me. I'm so sorry.
God laid off 1,400 people today. Everybody went. Cardinals, bishops, Hebrew school teachers. I saw 2 cardinals at chock full of nuts trying to get jobs. It's inflation. You know what red velvet slippers run these days?
Well, does your wife know?
No, I haven't told her anything yet.
Well, she sounds like a good woman. She'll understand.
There goes our dream of Florida, down the tubes. You know how far South Sylvia's been in her life? Canal Street, not even the downtown side.
Well, what is it you want from me, then?
Well, I thought if I could get you to renounce God, if I could get this last account, maybe they'd reconsider.
God loves you, Sidney. He'll provide.
He wouldn't even say hello to me in the hallway. What am I supposed to do now? I'm 44 years old. It's a little late in life to take up pro football.
We all have our burdens to carry, Sidney.
Sure, the poor have to carry their burdens, the rich have them delivered. Where's the justice? Well, I don't care anymore. You hear that? I renounce you, God!
Don't say that, Sidney.
I renounce you! At least the devil keeps people entertained. The Exorcist grossed over $130 million last year.
You take that
Domestic.
back. You take that back right now.
I will not take it back. I don't have the same lousy weather you give us every year, especially on Labor Day.
We all have our tests to endure.
Why'd you have to be mine? You couldn't take it, believe me. What have I done?
It's all right. It's okay. All right.
Joe, he likes you. He'll listen to you. Ask him not to forsake me.
I'll talk to him. I'll see what it's all right.
Thank you, Joe. I've got to go. I've got an appointment for an interview at United Parcel at 2 o'clock.
Well, good luck, Sidney.
What's that?
What's what?
Out there.
I can't see anything. Where are you pointing?
Right there, behind the bush. See, it's still burning on the butt. There's someone behind it.
Someone behind the burning bush?
Do you realize what you just said?
What did I just say?
Someone behind the burning bush? Doesn't anything strike you familiar about that?
What do you say?
Never mind.
What are you implying?
Never mind, but don't ask me what I'm thinking.
Are you telling me that...
I doubt it. He never makes house calls, but with you, who knows?
Oh my God.
It's possible. Maybe he's going for a big finish. Look, this is no place for me.
Wait, Sidney. Now is when I need you. Please help me.
Look, keep saying you love God for 5 more minutes, and Monday morning you'll be back in the box business.
I'm not interested in the box business anymore.
Joe, don't turn it down. I'm available. I'll run it for you. Look, I've got to go. If you think of it, give me an autograph.
Now wait, you've got to stay and help me, Sidney.
No,
please.
bye, Joe.
Please. Who is it? Who is it that's out there? Please tell me who it is. God, is that you? Come on.
Thanks to the left.
David! It is you.
What's for supper? I smell charcoal.
David, come inside. You're all right.
We haven't had a cookout in years. Special occasion. That means I can have a drink.
I was so worried about you, David.
Well, as you can see, I'm fine. And how's the family? Mother, you seem so quiet tonight.
Oh, what's wrong with you? Can't you tell that they're not here?
Really? Maggie too? Morris, are you there?
You're drunk, aren't you? You're blind drunk. Or dead drunk, even.
I'm not dead drunk, Dad. I'm drunk, Dad, but not dead drunk. Blind drunk.
Oh my God. Is this your work? Is this how you test me, you blind, my firstborn son?
Who are you talking to, Dad? Who came in?
Oh my God.
Oh, him. Still on that, are we?
How could you do this? How could you do this to me? Blind me, not him. Punish me, not him. Where is your love? Where is your compassion? I am really angry at you, God. But I still don't renounce you. What do you think of that, huh?
I think that did it, Pop.
What? You can see now? My test is over. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. I'm sorry I got angry at you, but I'm only human. You ought to try it sometime.
Joe? Joe, are you all right?
Rose, in here, in the living room.
I've come back, Joe. I couldn't leave you. Oh, David's home. I was so worried about you. Did you tell him?
Tell him what?
That the house burned down. Oh, never mind. Here, find the kitchen. I've got food, Joe. Where is everybody? Maggie, Morris, come on, we're all waiting. Daddy, food.
Where did you get it?
I won it. We were walking down the sidewalk and it started to rain, so we ducked into this building. I didn't know it was a TV studio, and they picked me as a contestant out of the audience. And we had a special game, and the category we had was famous biblical stories, and we got every question right. You'll never guess who my celebrity helper was, Joe.
I think I know, Rose.
Don Rickles, and he's as sweet as can be.
It's good to see you looking so well, Mr. Benjamin.
Thank you. Where's David?
Hi.
There he is.
David, I'm so glad you're home. I think a man's following me on the street. He just kept looking me up and down,
No,
up and down.
no one's going to look you up and down.
Now you hear? That's my son. That's my son, David.
We all know who he is, Mr. Benjamin.
Come on, everybody, into the kitchen. We'll have a nice, big, fat, juicy butterball turkey for dinner.
Aren't you coming, David?
Wait a minute, I just want to clean up a little bit around here.
Sure you're feeling all right?
Yes, thank God.
And go through it all again, just to hear you say that.
Listen, God, we got room for one more. Count me in. I just want to thank you for sparing my father's life. Amen.
Amen.
Who said that?
Don't worry, it's not of your thinking. Can I have a minute with you, young man? Guess who's absolutely crazy about you?